Hey there, what's up YouTube? XCheck2345 bringing you a deck profile of a new deck that I finally finished. It's got a couple of proxies, but it depends, and I'll explain them when I get to them. I've been testing this deck a little bit. It did pretty well against plants yesterday, and it did well against Formula Monarchs, but I opened relatively well against both of them. Monarchs is a really hard matchup for this unless you start getting off the things that you need really fast. But other than that, it's a pretty solid deck, and it's been working for me. So without further ado, I'm going to actually show you guys the deck. I'm sure you guys know what it is immediately just from those first three cards. This is Beast King Barbaros. It's pretty much just a big beater in the deck. You know, I mean, it's 3,000 attack points or 19, depending. Obviously, this is skill drain, so I'm just gonna. So it's 3,000 if skill drains on the field, 19 if it's not. It's sometimes you're able to get off its 3 tribute destruction effect, but not all that often. Mostly you're just using it as a beat stick. But I mean, a 3,000 beat stick that you can normal summon is really good. 2 Titanials. Really good card in the deck, really easy to bring out. Sucks opening with it, but what can you do? Or sucks drawing it in general, but what can you do about that? I mean, trade-in would work, but there are other cards in here besides trade-in, so you'll see them. So, yep, Titanial, you have that. Easy to bring out with the 2 Lone Fires. And then to round out the plant lineup, you have 1 Dandelion. I want to put a glow-up bulb in here. I just actually don't have one. I just recently sold mine at Regionals. But yeah, this is the plant lineup. If you don't have skill drain on the field, Dandelion's a really good target for Titanial because for Titanial's destruction effect, because you get it once and then you get 2 tokens to do it 2 more times. So it's really good. And then Titanial is also just a huge beat stick, so it's really good. You play 3 Thunder King Ryo. Thunder King's just really good. Negates the special summons and negates those annoying ass searcher effects. This card is an MVP in this deck. Really is. Really is. 2 Doom Caliber Knights. The reason these aren't in here is because they're really expensive right now. When they come out gold, I'll be replacing these, obviously, with the gold. I'm just testing out the deck first. I wanted to put it together and test it. So yeah, 2 Doom Cal. I know you're supposed to just use skill drain, you know, but I mean, when you don't have the skill drain, this is good, and also this is also good against things like Lone Fire that your opponent can still use if you're playing plants. This stops Lone Fire. It also stops Treeborn, but I don't know if Treeborn comes back in the same standby. Somebody want to give me a ruling on that? If you have Doom Cal out and it's your opponent playing Formula Monarchs, their Treeborn activates in grave, Doom Cal negates it. Does it come back in the same standby phase, or is its effect negated and it can't use it again until next standby phase? So give me a quick ruling on that, guys. Cyber Dragon. I had 2 in the deck. It was just inconsistent. Most of the time, you're not left with no monsters on the field often, just because it's a heavy monster based deck. So Cyber Dragon is just a good option at 1 just to have in the deck. But again, it's not really. I could replace this with a lot of things. I could replace it with a 3rd Doom Cal and stuff, but it's just it's a decent beat stick. Card Trooper, I don't really like it in the deck, but it is helpful. The milling is nice. It makes Pot of Avarice live a lot faster, and the draw effect is pretty good. Other than that, it's 2 Jiu-Jitsu Master. Really cool thing about this is if it's destroyed by battle, its effect resolves in the graveyard, meaning skill drain doesn't negate it. So that actually won me a duel yesterday because they attacked over this, and then their thing was spun top deck because it resolves in the grave. And otherwise, if they don't destroy it and skill drain is on the field, it's a huge wall. I mean, it's really good. This is in this deck, this would be the equivalent to Spirit Reaper in most other decks. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's good. 1 Sangan. Sangan searches out a lot of the deck. Obviously, I do have a Sangan. I just didn't want to take it out of my Formula Monarchs, and I don't actually have a common one. I couldn't find it. So Sangan searches out a good portion of your deck, but mostly you're just going to want to search out the Lone Fire with it. So that's it for the monsters. Next is spells. You run, that's 3 Pot of Duality. Yeah, I know, proxying a $120 card, but I heard a rumor. Now, I don't know if you guys heard this rumor. I doubt you heard this rumor, but it's a rumor that Pot of Duality is going to come out in gold, in the new gold. I think it's 4, right? So if it does, these are going to be 3 Pot of Duality. If it doesn't, I don't have the money to buy dualities. So if it doesn't come in gold, I'm gonna have to rework the deck because right now the deck is built off of the three dualities. These would probably become like two trade-ins, and then something I don't know. But yeah, that's three duality. Really, really good in this deck. Adds so much consistency. It's amazing. Spell Trap Hate, two MSTs, and a True Nade. You really just have to run this in most decks. That's about it. One Dark Hole, really good. One Reborn, really good. Just one ofs. Reborn, Dark Hole, and Book of Moon. Why not play it in pretty much every deck now? I mean, it's at one. Why not? Two Pot of Avarice. That is two. Hold on. There we go. Two Pot of Avarice. A lot of monsters in the deck. I mean, all these, those are all monsters. So really high monster count that really helps to abuse Pot of Avarice. So two of them is really helpful. Next is your trap lineup. Obviously, 3 skill drain. This is the entire point of the deck. If you open with this, you better win. It destroys everything. It's just so good, so good, as Team Saki would say. You know, one Royal Oppression. You're not doing all that much special summoning in the deck besides like Lone Fire, Titanial, Dandelion. Other than that, this card doesn't hurt you whatsoever, but it hurts your opponent, so it's really good. You can side it out against like hero beats, you know. Oh, and this negates Cyber Dragon too, but whatever. Two D Prisons. D Prison's a really good card, right? Everybody, you should all know by now. It's just so good. Getting really up there in price. These are about like 5, 6, 7 in cash and trade value. So I picked up both of these for 3. That's crazy. So pick them up now and sell them high, guys. Call. It sets up some pretty good plays with like Lone Fire and stuff. But it's also good. Force and Mirror Force and Torrential Tribute. Mostly just your huge get rid of a whole bunch of monsters at the same time. By the way, if I had warnings, they would be in this deck. So play warnings if you have them. That's a Mind Crush. Obviously, it's just a really, really good card. A lot of Pot of Duality things. A lot of searches. A lot of Pot of Dualities. And this is just really good. Swap Frog always goes back to the hand, so you can call it on this. It's a good card to have. And then you just play the Solemn Judgment. Because it's a Solemn Judgment and it's good. So that's it for the deck, guys. Rate, comment, please subscribe. If you guys subscribe, it makes me want to actually put out more videos. Get deck profiles on other people's decks and stuff. But all in all, this deck is actually working pretty well. Like I said, I've tested it a bit, and it's doing all right. So just enjoy, guys. Let me know if you guys have built a deck and your thoughts and opinions and all that. So. Peace.